So I grew up with Bakugan and Blade. I remember waking up every Saturday morning and rushing to the TV to catch the newest episode of Gadalian Invaders and Metanium Surge, then eventually Blade Metal Fusion. I had lots of Bakugan toys growing up, a Bakugan lunchbox, and the Red Skull Bakugan with the Marvel collab. Yeah, I was that kid. And I got the toys from Mickey D's. I rewatched the original Bakugan early last year, but this isn't about the show. I'll touch that another time. This is about Bakugan Defenders of the Core. This game was released on the PlayStation 3, 360, Wii, PSP, and the DS. I played it on the Wii and 360 growing up. Just like the original Bakugan game in 2009, which I played on the 360, DS, and the Wii. And I played that game multiple times through, just like I played Defenders of the Core multiple times over. Because the only way to get Max's Helios in this game is to beat the game a second time. We're not going to talk about how annoying that is. I played Defenders of the Core less than the original, but for the first time since 2011, I'm playing this game again.
Here's the mission, complete the mission, complete the mission, complete the mission. I am the core. I am the core. Defend the core. I am the core. Defend the core. I am the core. Defend the core. Here's the mission, complete the mission. Here's the mission, complete the mission. Here's the mission, complete the mission. Complete the mission, complete the mission. Defend the core.
Funny enough, this game, while it is based on Bakugan New Vestroya, the game itself didn't come out until October of 2010 while Gadalian Invaders was airing. This game came about after fans wanted more action in their Bakugan games. The original game used minigames rather than actual fighting. The ever-growing number of Bakugan fans told us they wanted more action and direct control over their brawlers, so we bid Bakugan Battle Brawlers trademark, Defenders of the Core, around real-time 3D action featuring customizable Bakugan that are over 6 stories in height and wide open destructible environments. That's what David Oxford from Activision had to say about the game and why it was developed. Also, I'm not sure what he meant by customizable, because as far as I'm concerned, the only customizable thing you can do with these Bakugans is their ability cards, which I guess is you customizing them, but other than that, it really is only the ability cards, unless he's talking about the Max's Bakugan, which, you know, there's only 2. But I digress. This was huge for Bakugan fans like me. This is what we always wanted from a Bakugan game. It sucks that this was their only attempt at it. Seeing that we could battle with our Bakugan made me really hyped for this game, and the community was super hype as well. I was so excited. Me and my brother, my brother and I, dragged our mom to Walmart to get the game. Unfortunately, while yes, they did improve on loads of things, they also removed things people loved, like having our own talking Bakugan. The character in this game lacks personality in comparison to the original character, who also lacked personality. It's clear that their focus was on making a great action Bakugan game rather than a truly compelling story. Now, that's not saying that the story is bad. It's really good for a TV tie-in game, but it could have been better, definitely. We weren't expecting anything groundbreaking, but the game did surprise.
Bakugan Brawl!
One of the first things you notice in this game is, of course, other than the amazing theme song at the beginning of the game that I do not get paid enough to talk about.
Here's the mission, complete the mission. Here's the mission, complete the mission.
Is the voice acting. Well, as a kid, this wasn't that noticeable or a focus, but I have to talk about it now. The original cast of Bakugan doesn't voice the characters in the game. On replay, my first thought was, wait, that's not Dan. That's not Scott. And that is not my Drago. It took me out for a second. As I've gotten older, I've gotten really into voice acting. So the little things like this did make me feel weird, but I understand the voice actors were busy doing other projects, working on New Vestroya or Gadalian Invaders, or both. It is unfortunate since the original Bakugan video game had the OG cast. This isn't a huge deal and doesn't really change the fact that this is a great game. Just something I thought I'd mention. Let's talk about the gameplay. Oh man, I'm gonna hate this. This game has a really nice battle mode with plenty of characters to choose from. By plenty, I mean you get to choose from pretty much all the Bakugan from New Vestroya. Pretty much. I feel like there's probably a few missing, but none that are, too noticeable. Definitely wouldn't have wanted to play as Hydroid instead of Hades, but that's fine. And of course, like most fighting games, you have to unlock the characters in the story mode that we'll get onto later. There are 3 different battle modes in the battle arena in this game: Duel, Free-for-All, and Destruction Battle. Duel battles are basic 1v1s against a friend or the CPU. Me and my brother used to play against each other all the time. Being able to use our favorite Bakugan, aka Elico, and battle it out was so fun. I wish we could have gotten a Smash Ultimate, but for Bakugan. Having a Bakugan game like this, but with more Bakugan from the show, would have been great. A future game based on Gandalian invaders would have been so nice. Anyway, this game mode is pretty much what you would expect, just battling and dealing with how dumb the buildings are. Yes, the buildings getting in your way is very annoying to the point that we would only play on maps without them. Unfortunately, the only way to get a gate card is by destroying buildings or structures. The gate cards are the basic ones from New Vestroya, the reactors, that change the map to a hellscape depending on your attribute. It's fine, and getting a gate card does feel really cool and could change the way a battle is going. Gate cards are also really effective if you can get one. Ventus Reactor not only gives a boost to Ventus Bakugan, but also creates tornadoes that your enemies can get stuck in. The tornadoes suck them up. Paris Reactor creates lava that shoots from the ground. Getting a gate card can be a huge boost, but be careful. Like I said before, you get gate cards from destroying buildings, and enemies can just as easily swipe it off the ground if you're not careful. The duel mode is pretty fun, minus the map design being really annoying to deal with sometimes. Moving on to the next battle mode, Free-for-All. As you can probably tell, Free-for-All is a 4/3-way battle. Yes, you get a fatal 4-way or a triple threat. However, this leads to one of the most annoying parts of the game, the targeting. I swear, this is more annoying in the story, so we'll touch on it more in detail later. The point is, when you have more than one target, it can get really annoying trying to switch between them all. Like I said, this isn't as bad in Free-for-All as it is in the story mode. This game mode, other than the targeting, can be really fun. However, when you're playing split screen, it can get very overwhelming. However, when you're playing split screen, it can get very overwhelming, especially when there are gate cards involved. Not much more to say about this mode, it's just fun or chaos for the whole family. Except when everyone only targets you. That's so damn annoying. The final one is destruction battles. Yeah, in these battles you gain points by attacking Vexos crystals. Whoever has the most points at the end wins. That's pretty much it. Not my favorite battles, but sure, someone likes destroying Vexo crystals, who knows.
Are you ready?
I guess.
Don't worry, it's just practice. I'll go easy on you. Bakugan Brawl!
The story, the beautiful story of this game. Who wrote the story? Can we just? I just want to talk to them. I just want to talk to whoever wrote the story. So the story starts off with OC and not Dan just chilling in the inner space. This pretty much is just a tutorial. Not Dan is using Max's Drago, and you're using a hologram of Neo Drago, I think, something like that. After the match starts, Dan pisses out. My apologies. After the match starts, not Dan pisses out and throws out Scorpion. After beating Scorpion pretty quickly, you learn to fly and chase after Drago. After you get Drago to half health, the ground starts to shake, and it's clear that something is wrong. Not Dan proceeds to scream about it, which is annoying because it just reminds me of how much I miss my dear Scott. After beating the guy wearing red, the inner space starts shaking more, and Marucho informs us that the inner space is going down or imploding or crashing.
Whoa!
Guys, something's wrong! Get out of there, now!
Run for it! Hey! The inner space!
That's how this whole thing started. A malfunction in my new inner space system ended up being a ticket to another world.
This is the mission. Complete the mission.
Yes, my king.
This is exactly why I don't brawl. Something always goes wrong. You know what I mean, right?
When Noir isn't responding, after telling us to get the hell out of Doge, oops, I mean Dodge, we run to the transporter and Arab gets beamed up for some reason. It doesn't work when I get there. I don't know, but this game feels a bit racist. Oh, you can make white OCs too? But did I stutter though? After a bit of stumping on it, which it kind of didn't have any real emotion, we're not gonna talk about the voice acting anymore. It's fine. Tyrese, calm down. The voice actors will not hurt you. The voice acting will not hurt you. We get beamed up, then we wake up on Marucho's plane. After being hella confused, we venture out in the dark and find Drago. He teaches us about some pretty important game mechanics. You have to throw Drago to reach core energy. Core energy is this game's form of money. Use core energy to buy upgrades for your Bakugan, or just for Percival, the best Bakugan in the game, until you get Eligo. Later you find Marucho, and only Marucho, who just got beat by Shadow. Wait, Shadow? Really? Shadow? After Also, speaking of Shadow, this dude, Gavin, voiced 4 characters in this game. Fun fact, he also voiced Kenny in The Walking Dead, Telltale games, and played Beast and a few others in A Wolf Among Us, my favorite Telltale game. Really sucks that we're not gonna get a season 2. He also played in Sonic and in The Black Knight, but I promise I won't hold that against you. Anyway, enough sucking up to Gavin. Marucho has lost his ability to brawl after being struck with the Vexo Crystal. Okay, sure. This means I have to take Drago and beat up Shadow. After easily beating Shadow's Bakugan traps, I destroy the Vexo's crystal.
I still get the last laugh! Try this on for size! Impossible! You can still brawl? Don't think this is over, kid!
Are you guys all right?
Who are you?
What? It didn't make any sense. Dan and Marucho were acting like I was a total stranger. We had to figure out what was going on.
In the end, we weren't able to stop the Vexos from conquering New Vestroia. That jerk Spectra and his goons have captured everyone, except for us, Ace, Baron, Mira, and Shun. But now we can't brawl. Oh man, what a mess!
And that brings us to the Vexos crystals. They've taken away our ability to brawl. I wonder if we can reverse it.
Maybe this guy knows.
Are you kidding? I don't even know what planet this is.
Then Shadow tries to hit me with a Benji bomb, but fails because I'm special. I tell Not Scott my sob story, and we head over to the transporter, and of course, it doesn't work. It needs a special ship that, of course, the unreliable Mira is going after, so great, I'm stuck here with Melissa and Not Scott. Time to find Mira. Yay. So, side chat. In this story mode, this game has a battle advice, meaning that the characters, whether it's Marucho, Shun, or whoever, will literally scream at you things like, hi. I should have stayed in the closet. Anyway, hi
Hey, they're attacking your hologram. They're gonna destroy your landmark. You should try blasting. It's not all about strikes, you know.
We're on the docks, and I have to use Drago to press buttons to remove security lasers. You have to do this a few more times in the game, and it really is a nice touch to add some sauce to what is kind of a basic game. You also have to be smooth and avoid the cameras by waiting for them to leave, or move over, I guess. This is fine, but it can be very annoying after 4 hours of doing it and avoiding the same thing over and over. It gets harder, but you don't feel as satisfied after skating by, but annoyed about the timing and slowness of the stealth-like gameplay. And what's a fighting game, may I remind you? This is also good world building, however. As annoying and repetitive as these mechanics may feel, it makes sense. You're a wanted man, so of course they'll be trying to stop you. But if that's the case, how can I skate by with a Vexos pass? Do you not know who I am?
The Resistance has only a few Bakugan left! Once we take those, the Resistance is officially over! Look! A bigger audience for my moment of victory!
Let Elfin go!
You have to battle me first! Oh, wait! You can't!
Okay, buddy, it's your time to shine.
Really?
Good timing, guys. Shadow is trying to destroy that landmark.
Wait. You want me to take on Shadow and protect that landmark at the same time?
Time to fight Shadow again. This time he's using Elfin. I have to beat him to get Elfin back. I mean, anything for my queen. Now I have Elfin, and Shadow is kidnapping Mira. You gonna stop him, Red Man? Nope. Me neither. Moving to the UK, we're going after Mira for some reason. After avoiding goons and opening loot boxes, more on that later, we get introduced to yet another new security. This time it's robots. You can't distract them, so you have to avoid them or throw Drago to the button on their back. Keep in mind, not all of them have buttons on their back, so you have to avoid some of them. And okay, all right. Hear me out. The Earth's core, right? The Earth's core, who's called Abyss. Is it Abyss? All right, is talking to us. Only us. Yep, not the savior of Astroya over there. Can't hear or see Abyss. This makes me think that this whole thing is some kind of weird simulation, or I'm just high as hell. Anyway, more Bakugan traps get beaten. The gameplay style does start to get repetitive after 3 of these battles. Now, to be fair, I have completed this game over 9 times at this point, so maybe someone else won't have the same issue about repetitiveness. But after a good hour, I found myself getting bored of the same battles over and over. Beat a bunch of traps, beat some crystals, and fight a bastard. God, I hate Brontes.
Well done. It looks like you found your reason to battle.
So the Vexos zapped you too?
I was spying on the Vexos, and I ran across Link. I was careless. If you see Ingram, please rescue her for me. I'll help you guys find Mira.
Thanks, Shun. If I see Ingram, I'll try my best to get her back.
Thanks for saving Percival. You better take good care of him.
Anyway, I get to get the God Among Men, Percival. Percival really is the only Bakugan I use in most situations, and we link up with Ace, who is another character voiced by Gavin Hammond. Oh, Gavin, look at you in your bag. We're in China to find Baron, and here we get a new little technique. We get goggles early in the game, I failed to mention that, but now we have a stealth suit. See, the goggles allow you to see hidden lasers, enemies, and core energy. The stealth tool allows you to, well, guess what? Allows you to become invisible to avoid enemies and cameras. However, if you run into a goon or robot, you'll become visible again, so you have to be careful. So, Baron got kidnapped by Link. Okay, cool. Time to win back Ingram. In this battle, you get to use 3 holograms. Did I remember to mention those? Now it's time to follow Marlene. Marlene, being the clever girl she is, uses our lust to get home to lead us into a trap. Ace is not happy about it and pretty much wants to kill us and calls us a traitor. This is funny considering what happens later. Oh, this next battle. Oh, God. This next battle really sucks. So, Shadow has Mira tied up. Okay, cool. Easy battle. See, I tried to use Nimbus for the fight since, he could have an advantage over Wilda. Wilda is also voiced by my dear sweet Gavin. After you beat Wilda, which is a tank, by the way, after you beat Wilda, who is a tank, by the way, and a few traps, this man throws out Hades. In case you didn't know, black is stronger than white. I tried to use Nimbus a few more times after losing. Before, I just said screw it and just used Percival for an easy win. If you hadn't played the game before, or you forgot like me, you wouldn't have been prepared for that. It doesn't help that, other than holograms, you can't heal. These battles always happen back to back, and fighting Wilda is also a hell of a challenge. If you lose, you start over. There's no checkpoints in this game. This mission, having Shadow throw out Hades, knowing most would have gone with Nimbus for the attribute advantage, creates a falsehood of trial and error. It makes the game feel harder than it is. It makes the game take longer than it should. Because substitute for any other Bakugan, and this battle is pretty easy. But Hades, plus Darkness Trap shooting at Nimbus, causes him to die pretty quickly. This is why I just use Percival regardless of attribute, because he really just is the only great option in the story mode. That and Wilda, but I kind of refuse to use Wilda. Kind of like I refuse to use Charizard.
What's wrong?
Turn it off. I'm not going anywhere.
Thanks, man. You're all right.
Abyss!
Your actions have proven that you truly desire to save us. I will bestow some of my remaining power upon one of your Bakugan.
I feel power coursing through my body. Something in me is changing.
This Bakugan has evolved to become more powerful than before. As you liberate more energy springs, more of my energy will become available to you to evolve your Bakugan.
I am the core. Defend the core.
Abyss!
Whoa! Look at Drago! This is off the chain! I guess
Get with Abyss on the train, and they pretty much tell us to hurry up before Gavin does fuck shit. Oh, and she gave us the power to evolve our Bakugan? First, it evolves Drago. After this point, we can evolve a Bakugan after every battle. Gavin and Blue Hair are talking to the king. Honestly, I don't care much about this dialogue. It's just him telling Spectra to hurry up, Spectra, get to the Earth's core so we can be stronger and go grab Drago. This next battle against Link was really hard for me as a kid. I remember 2010 me struggling to beat this. It took hours for me to beat it. It only took 5 minutes for me to beat it now, though. Yeah, turns out I was just really bad back then because while the fight can be challenging, it's pretty easy. Link uses 2 Bakugan here, Wired and Altair, plus loads of Bakugan traps, of course. A really cool detail about this battle is the map. Because Link is causing earthquakes, the ground is covered in lava. If you step in the lava, you lose HP, unless you're Drago, of course. When I was a wee lad, I always found myself falling into the lava, which was very annoying. Even though the lava can be annoying, this is hands down the best map design. I wouldn't play it in the battle arena, but I do really enjoy this battle. It feels different from every other map in the game and does really stand out. Now the other map that has lava is shit, but we'll get to that later. Oh, I wonder who will evolve. This next area is one of my personal favorites. We're in Egypt now, and wow, this is fun to run around. There's a keypad and you have to find the code to unlock the lasers. Now, the code is pretty obviously written in the sand, and it really can't be missed unless you're a dummy. But I still find this really cool, and this does return later, and it it's a bit harder the next time around. As hard as a kid's game can be, it's not that hard, but it let me have this. After shutting down the lasers, you can access a loot box, which I'm very excited to talk about later. Skipping to the battle against Gavin and his friend.
Give Drago to me.
All that hair gel's affecting your brain, Spec-Duh. What makes you think we'd hand over Drago?
I was sure you wouldn't, but I thought I'd ask anyway. Let's finish this!
These Bakugan traps used in this fight only blast. That's annoying. Oh, and I have to use not Dan's Bakugan? Okay, kind of weird. Oh, cool. We just got our ass beat by Max's Helios. Oh, cool. Oh, look at Mirror helping us. What the fuck is she doing? After the battle, this Mira gives Drago to Spectra, just for him to laugh in her face. I need a break. I hate her. I just hate her. Anyway, the next part is so awesome. The way they hide the loot boxes in a way that you'd have to actually go out of your way to find them is so cool. You actually can make it to the end before finding the last 3 loot boxes. To get them, you actually have to backtrack and run up the stairs you started on to reach another area. Most people would only go forward and not even consider going backward. The battle, however, well, as most of the battles in this game, I hated. I couldn't be bothered. The Bakugan traps in this battle are very annoying. These things are hella strong and hit like a per ugly. After beating a few waves of them, you have to fight Primo Vulcan. Pretty simple battle if you know how to block. I do not. So yes, it took me forever to beat this, and yes, I know I suck. You made it this far into the video and didn't realize that. So anyway, I think Abyss is dying? Anyway, time to go to America. Remember the keypad? Well, it returns here. Your code is graffiti on a wall. Unlike the random code that was written in sand, this makes more sense and seems like it belongs. It took me a while to find all the loot boxes, which I actually like. It's cool to run around seeing where you haven't searched for yet. In this next battle, you have to go against both Link and Vol, meaning I have to deal with Altair and Brontes. Oh god, I hate them both. Great, okay. Deep breath. He'll be okay.
It was not okay.
This battle starts off against Brontes. Great. There are also 3 landmarks to defend and a few Vexos crystals, and 1 giant one the size of KSI's belly. After getting beat up by Brontes a bit, it's time to fight Wired. And another Vexo crystal. So Wired, or Wyvern, as he calls it for some reason, likes to stay far back and blast. I spend 5 minutes trying to beat it. Not because it's strong, but because every time I get close, it just anyway starts blasting. After Wyvern is dead, I have to fight against 2 more traps and Altair. Great. Their blast gets annoying, but for the most part, you can focus on one while the others are distracted by holograms. Yay, I killed them, and why the hell is Brontes back? Back to running around, grasping boxes and hitting switches. The hidden switches are really cool, by the way. Marlene and Shadow are here to team up and see who can piss me off the most. Take a guess and see which one did.
The one with the 3 heads.
Also, can I just say that I love Elico so much. He really is my favorite Bakugan from New Vestroya. Marlene, I still hate you for what you did to this man. And Gus, I love you forever for saving Elico. Also, yes, you have to fight them twice because why not? At this point, we're close to the end of the game. The next battle against Gus, yes, I know his name, is pretty epic gamer. You have 4 Vexo crystals and 1 giant one and hella traps to deal with. After beating all of them, you have to once again face Primo Vulcan. Cool, whatever, battle is done, now for the end. So first things first, the Vexo base does feel really cool. It's where you can just walk around and grab the last few boxes and get the last few collectible statues. I'll talk more about those later. But after collecting every single statue up to this point, it just feels really cool to be able to chill and just grab the last few. It feels so rewarding. Soon we enter the battle. We have to beat Drago, who is under mind control or whatever. This battle is pretty simple enough, nothing too difficult. We have to rush after Spectra, who is going to take the power of the core. Did I mention that this battle really sucks? First off, yes, you can kick Max's Helios' ass, but then he gets a shield, and you can't damage him, but he can damage you while you wait for the cutscene to start. You have to wait till the cutscene before you can actually destroy the core, which for some reason doesn't seem to have any negative repercussions on the planet. Okay then. While you try to destroy the core, Helios can still attack you, and he hits hard. Also, when you use an ability card, he'll use his, which always hit, and they're hella strong. So after dying more times than I want to mention, I remember the strategy I used as a Jit. Instead of just straight up attacking Helios, you can just stand back and charge blast him off the rib until you get the cutscene. At this point, and I may be wrong, but I've experienced this multiple times, so I think I'm right, it tricks the AI to thinking all you do is blast, so Helios will legit hide behind pillars to avoid you while you attack the Earth's core. Then you just keep blasting, because man, can Helios hit hard. You do not want to get into a fight with that guy.
I think I understand. Abyss was reborn, so her corrupted power should be gone. Which means you can all brawl again!
Nemes!
Good to have you back, Baron. It was tough, but we made it. Let's not go through this again, okay?
You don't need to ask me twice. I'm with you. Mira, it's nice to see you smiling for once.
Thanks to my friends, I'm glad things are back to normal.
Ingram, I'll never lose you again.
You did everything you could. Don't blame yourself.
Elfin, you're back! Yup, did you miss me?
Drago! It's so good to have you back, buddy.
The feeling is mutual, old friend.
Keith, there are some things that all the power in the universe cannot overcome. It's over now. Isn't it time you gave up the mask?
Mira.
I think what we both need is a fresh start. Come on, we've got a lot to talk about.
Whoa! What's happening?
Everyone, it's great that we're reunited, but this place is about to collapse!
Drago, you know what to do.
After what is a tough and kind of only final battle, I know, tough and underwhelming, doesn't make sense. Everyone gets the ability to brawl again, and I get to finally head home and stop playing this game.
So, I guess this is it. It'll be okay.
Take care of yourself. Thanks. Safe travels, my friend.
Make sure you keep training. You'll blow everyone away.
Now that we can battle again, it'll be a cinch to free the other brawlers and send the rest of the Vexos packing. Thanks for everything.
No, thank you.
What's so funny? Do you know how worried we were?
Well, he appears to be fine.
So what was the problem?
There were no problems with the installation.
I think it was just a freak incident. Let's battle one more.
The random guy wearing red runs up to me and, well, that's pretty much the end of the story. It's pretty fun, and it's just as fun as I remember it as a kid. Yes, time to talk about the collectibles. One of my favorite parts of any game I play is running around grabbing little hidden collectibles. Even though most times you don't get anything more than an achievement, I really enjoy it. You're talking to a guy who literally spent 30 minutes licking the candy cane in Saints Row 4 DLC just so I can get the achievement that I spent the time licking the candy cane in Saints Row 4. If you know, you know. In this game, things aren't really hidden. You have to go out of your way to find certain boxes, but for the most part, everything is straightforward. You can collect two things in this game's story mode: ability cards and silver statues. There's a statue for every Bakugan in the game, minus traps, of course. Collecting them is really fun. It's cool to have something a little extra to do while avoiding the Vexos. Collecting ability cards is almost a must if you want to get the most out of your Bakugan. I'm pretty sure they all unlock after beating the game anyway, so whatever. The statues are where it's at. I know it's not much and they aren't really hard to find, but like I said, it's really fun having something extra to do. While I really thought I could drag out talking about collectibles a bit longer. Yeah. Anyway, in closing, it was really fun to play this game again. Reliving the game that broke my Xbox 360, yes, that's actually happened, and I'll tell you that story another time. Replaying the game that I would come home from school, head into the play every day when I was 8. Me and my bro would even take this game over to friend's house and play it for hours or until the streetlights came on. Anyway, I enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna get out of this closet. I'm gonna